In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Despite some of his chosen candidates losing in last week's U.S. midterm elections and a rising chorus of Republican voices calling the former president to stand down, Trump just announced his candidacy for the 2024 presidential elections. Are you as shocked as I am about this? Trump called it a special announcement made at Mar-a-Lago, his property in Palm Beach, Florida, which Trump referred to as his winter White House while he was president. For over a year, he has made no secret of his intention to run for president again in 2024, reiterating his unfounded allegations that the 2020 election was rigged and taken from him. The former president has not yet officially launched a campaign, in part due to the advice of advisors and national Republicans who did not want him to dominate the midterm elections last week. However, on November 7th, the eve of the election, Trump said that he would make a very big announcement on November 15th.
Making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th.
After the midterm elections, Trump faced further demands to postpone his announcement, as Republicans underperformed expectations and several of his high-profile supporters, such as Senate candidates Mehmet Oz, Blake Masters, Adam Laxalt, and Carly Lake, lost their campaigns. Others made private and public requests for the former president to leave the political arena entirely and let a new generation of Republicans to seek their party's candidacy in 2024, including Florida's Republican Governor, Ron DeSantis, who won re-election by a 19-point margin last week. A YouGov survey done after last week's elections and released on Sunday revealed that 42% of Americans who identified as Republicans, or who lean towards the Republican Party, would like DeSantis to be their party's candidate in 2024, compared to 35% who chose Trump. The Club for Growth, a conservative low-tax organization that once supported Trump but has since renounced him, released a memo on Monday citing polls of likely Republican voters in Iowa and New Hampshire, which placed DeSantis in the lead in both early states that are crucial to winning the party's presidential nomination. According to the document, among Iowa voters, DeSantis led Trump 48% to 37%, and in New Hampshire, the Florida governor led Trump 52% to 37%. DeSantis has not announced if he would pursue the presidency, but he smiled last week when the audience at his victory celebration seemed to urge him to run by yelling 2 more years. Trump has attacked DeSantis, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and Rupert Murdoch, whose publications, particularly the New York Post, have put their support behind a probable DeSantis campaign, in public speeches and on his social media site Truth Social. Critics have questioned if Trump would reverse direction and cancel his declaration, or refrain from beginning a formal campaign, as he did multiple times in recent months during rallies. Friday, however, Trump aide Jason Miller appeared on the podcast of the former president's former top political strategist, Steve Bannon, and claimed that he will proceed. Miller said President Trump will launch his candidacy for president on Tuesday, and it will be a very professional and formal statement. He said that the previous president had said, "Of course I'm running. I'm going to do this, and I want to make sure that people know that I'm fired up, and we've got to get the country back on track." Trump also told rally attendees in Iowa earlier last month, "I will very probably do it again." While Trump certainly kept his word, uncertain is the number of Republicans who would challenge Trump for his party's presidential candidacy. In addition to DeSantis, Mike Pence, his vice president, and Larry Hogan, the departing moderate governor of Maryland, have hinted at a candidacy. Former Carlyle CEO Glenn Youngkin, who was elected governor of Virginia last year, is also allegedly considering a run. Joe Biden, on the opposite side of the aisle, has not yet publicly declared his candidacy for re-election in 2024. However, after the Democrats' better-than-anticipated performance in the midterm elections, he offered the clearest indication yet that he would seek a second term, stating, "Our aim is to run again." Trump faces many legal challenges, including an investigation by a congressional committee on January 6 into his participation in the assault on the U.S. Capitol and attempts to reverse the results of the 2020 election. On Monday, the Supreme Court of the United States cleared the way for the committee to get the phone records of Kelly Ward, chairwoman of the Republican Party in Arizona, one of 6 states in which Trump attempted to have election results overturned. Let us know in the comments what you think of Trump's announcement and how this is going to end.